It's dawn in Ziro Valley. The rice paddies stretch like a mirror, reflecting pink clouds above. A lone Mithun, the semi-domesticated mountain bison, stands chest-deep in the mist, its horns glinting in the early light. And here's the paradox. While the rest of the world spends $3,000 a month just to breathe in their cities, this valley whispers, what if paradise only costs you $1,000? So I was sitting in Delhi traffic the other day. Horns, smog, chaos, and suddenly this thought slapped me. Why are we paying so much to suffer? Then someone told me, in Arunachal, for the cost of a New York Uber ride, you can eat organic smoked pork with bamboo shoots, sip fresh Apong rice beer, and watch the Himalayas turn purple at sunset. And now I can't stop thinking, what if moving here isn't an escape, but an upgrade? Disclaimer: Arunachal is not a budget hack. It's a living culture. If you treat it like a cheap Airbnb, it will spit you out. Respect the land, respect the tribes, or don't come at all. In Pasighat, the oldest town of Arunachal, I met a man named Tamo Riram. He runs a homestay with 6 bamboo cottages overlooking the Siang River. Breakfast is smoked fish chutney, rice cakes wrapped in leaves, and salted tea that tastes faintly of yak butter. He grins as he shares an Adi greeting. Abang, abing takum? Brother, have you eaten? Not just small talk, but a reminder that in Arunachal, care isn't measured by deadlines, but by whether you've shared a meal. And here's a hard number. According to Arunachal's tourism department, the average monthly rent for a furnished home in Itanagar is between 12,000 rupees to 20,000 rupees. That's roughly $150 to $250, a fraction of what foreigners pay in Bangkok or Bali. Even in Ziro, a 2-bedroom bamboo cottage costs 10,000 rupees to 15,000 rupees. That's around $120 to $180 per month. But paradise comes with contradictions. Electricity flickers like candlelight in the rains. Internet speeds crawl when the monsoon lashes the hills. One minute you're streaming Netflix, the next you're staring at a spinning wheel. Healthcare? The nearest multi-specialty hospital may be 8 to 12 hours away by road. A dengue outbreak in Itanagar in 2022 exposed just how fragile the medical infrastructure can be. Bureaucracy adds another layer. Roads blocked for weeks by landslides, permits that take longer than visas, and ATMs that run out of cash during local festivals. Then there are seasons that test even the toughest. In winter, temperatures in Tawang plunge to minus 15 degrees Celsius. In the monsoon, landslides cut off entire valleys. Even drinking water can become muddy for weeks when mountain streams overflow. And yet, this digital fragility is also what keeps the valley unspoiled. No skyscrapers, no malls, no soulless franchises, just mountains that smell of pine resin and nights so dark you can see the Milky Way. For foreigners moving here, the challenge isn't money, it's belonging. Arunachal requires an inner line permit, ILP, for all Indians outside the northeast, costing 100 rupees to 400 rupees and valid for 15 days to 6 months, depending on the type. For foreigners, it's even stricter. A protected area permit, PAP, is mandatory, often granted only for 10 to 30 days and usually for groups of 2 or more. Extensions? Rare. Bureaucracy? Thick. This means you can't just fly in and figure it out. You plan ahead, you wait, and sometimes your dream stay shrinks into a week of paperwork. Housing also isn't plug and play. Land is mostly community owned. Outsiders can't buy property. You rent, often through personal connections or trust-based arrangements, not through Airbnbs with glossy photos. Healthcare and banking test patience too. Many Indian nomads bring health insurance with pan-India coverage, while foreigners rely on international travel insurance that costs $40 to $100 a month. As for payments, UPI works for most Indians, but foreigners without Indian bank accounts face daily friction, forcing them to rely on Wise cards or cash withdrawals, where ATMs fail at least 1 out of 3 times. As one Nomad teacher told me, this isn't Goa where foreigners create their own bubble. Here, you have to learn the rhythm of the tribes, otherwise you'll always feel like a tourist. But change is brewing underneath in Arunachal Pradesh. Example 1. Arunachal Pradesh Tourism Department launched eco-village stays. Digital nomads can live inside tribal communities for $15 to $25 a night, with Wi-Fi zones funded by local councils. Example 2. Northeast Roots Hub in Itanagar is a co-working cafe where entrepreneurs, teachers, and remote workers gather. It doubles as a cultural lab. One day you're working on your laptop, the next you're joining a bamboo craft workshop. Example 3. Project Lunam is a youth startup in Tawang, is piloting low-cost satellite internet connections in monasteries and mountain hamlets. Nomads now have hotspots where monks chant and code runs side by side. Example 4. The Missing Link project is creating solar-powered internet hubs, allowing consistent connection in valleys notorious for power cuts. Example 5. For those who want deeper roots, Workaway and Worldpackers list multiple homestays in Arunachal where you exchange skills, teaching English, photography, or coding for food and lodging. This is where the rebellion sharpens. While Bali drowns in influencers posing by infinity pools, Arunachal is building solar-powered hubs where monks live stream chants. It's not chasing trends, it's inventing its own rhythm, and nomads are already testing it. Take Lisa, a UX designer from Berlin who left Lisbon cafes for Ziro rice fields. With Starlink, she codes for European clients by day and helps her host family digitize their weaving collective by night. Or Ravi, an Indian YouTuber from Pune who moved to Itanagar, slashed his rent from 40,000 rupees to 12,000 rupees and now films cultural documentaries that double as his channel's content. Together, these show a quiet rebellion. Arunachal doesn't want to be another Bali. It wants intentional nomads, people who trade their skills for stories and sustainability. Here's the real playbook if you're serious about living on $1,000 per month here. Housing. Rent in Itanagar, Pasighat or Ziro runs $150 to $300. Airbnb is scarce. Look at OLX India, 99 acres, or local Facebook groups like Arunachal Rentals and Homestays. Food. Join village cooperatives or buy from weekly hates markets. Monthly grocery budget $120 to $180. Eating out at local dabas $2 to $4 per meal. Connectivity. Buy Jio plus Airtel dual SIMs for redundancy. For backup, invest in Starlink RV plan. Several digital nomads already use it in Ziro and Tawang. Workspaces. No WeWorks here, but cafes like Cafe Zero or Rang Roots double as informal co-working spots. Expect $1 chai plus strong Wi-Fi equals to a workday. Transport. Shared sumos connect towns for $5 to $10 per trip. For independence, rent a bike locally at $80 to $120 per month. Community. Plug into Digital Nomads India, Telegram group, or local WhatsApp circles where travelers trade SIM hacks, ride shares, and festival invites. Banking. ATMs often fail. Keep a Wise account and preload INR through local exchanges. UPI, Google Pay, PhonePe is now accepted even in remote haats. income angle. Most foreigners sustain themselves through freelance platforms like Upwork, TopTal or Fiverr, remote teaching via Cambly or Preply, or by monetizing content, YouTube, Substack, even selling niche guides like Nomad Survival in Arunachal. This is not luxury Bali-style living, it's rugged, but the reward is authenticity and costs that make sense. Think of Arunachal as a living contradiction. Ancient chants echo in bamboo halls while young people livestream folk festivals on Instagram. It's not cheap living that you buy here. It's a front row seat to one of the last places on earth where modern life hasn't drowned the ancestral. If New York is acceleration, Arunachal is suspension, a place where time doesn't vanish, it lingers. Here, $1,000 doesn't just stretch further, it stretches you. It forces you to redefine wealth not as accumulation but as connection. Back in Ziro, I watched Tamo's kids chase fireflies along the rice fields. He tells me, people come here to see the mountains, but the real mountain is inside. You learn patience, you learn enough. And that's the blueprint foreigners don't expect. Yes, you can survive on $1,000 a month here, but survival isn't the point. It's learning what enough feels like and why the rest of the world forgot it. So here's my dare. If you've ever dreamed of living slow, living green, and living cheap, don't just scroll away. Smash that subscribe button like it's your new ILP. Drop a comment telling me if you'd actually move here, and share this with one friend who complains about city rent. And yes, hit like, because somewhere in Ziro a Mithun just twitched its ear, waiting for your approval. But more than that, remember, this is just one stop in my hunt for the world's true digital nomad frontiers. Subscribe, because next episode, we're crossing another border.